Hi, this is Pankaj Soram. You're watching Pankz Kickz. It is the second episode of the series, and basically we are going to learn basic boxing drills, and we have here with us Pankaj Soram. So stay tuned, folks. This is the second episode, and if you can remember, we spoke about boxing stances, how to move around your opponent in a ring fight or maybe street fight, wherever. So basically I will remind you what we did, okay? So basically if your dominant hand is your right hand, so you have to stand shoulder width apart and shift your right leg a little bit behind. And you have to cover up your chin, your body, your torso, especially your liver, which is here in the right side of your area, torso area. And basically your knees would have to be bent a little bit. If you can raise your ankle, behind ankle a little bit more. Okay, this is what we call a boxing stance, an orthodox stance, where your dominant hand is your right one. Okay, when you're left-handed and you have more strength on your left arm, then what you have to do is basically stand in the shoulder breadth again, and just shift your left leg behind, a little bit behind, and then do the same thing. I mean, cover up your chin, a little bit lower, knees bent, a little bit ankle raised, and your right shoulder towards your opponent, and covering up your chin and your body same way. Here also your liver is vital, remember that. Okay, so this is what we call southpaw, okay, and this is an orthodox. So basically I am an orthodox player, or maybe a boxer, or maybe a fighter. So most of the demonstration that I'm going to give is due respect of, you have to look for your own if you're southpaw, okay? And if you remember, we also spoke about how we move in a boxing fight or a street fight or any fight, okay? So basically you will be standing with your stance. You are not going to fight your opponent like this, right? You will have to stand, okay? And nothing can penetrate it, you understand? And keep it still, all right? And when your opponent is in the front, then basically what you have to do, if you have to go to your right, you have to move your right leg first, remember that. And if you have to go to your left, you have to move your left leg first, remember that. If I'm wasting my time moving my left leg again then right leg, then I will surely get the hit on my face, and I will just, you don't want that, right? And basically if you go behind, you have to shift like this, or front, go like this, okay? I really hope you understand why it is so important, because in nick of time, in snap like that, you can get a knockout, you understand? So basically cover up your face, keep moving, bob movement, okay? You remember, if you've learned physics, you know your head will move like a bob, okay? And basically keep moving. If you have to shift right, just like that. If you have to move your left, shift behind and front. Okay, these are just the basic things. But I would like to demonstrate you with the opponent standing in the front, how it looks like when he attacks you, if you have to shift your right, your left, back or forward. Okay? So if your opponent is standing right in front of you, it is going to be more easier for you to understand now, okay? So whenever you're doing a right movement, okay, or you're doing the left movement, you have to keep in mind one thing, okay? When you're shifting, you have to shift the right leg first if you're going right, okay? I'm just focusing more on that because that is really important, okay? If he is throwing his jab, I'm going this way, okay? Look at my leg. If I waste my time standing, throw the jab, I'm still there, okay? If he's punching my face, I've wasted my time. Or maybe I slip his punch, okay, and still I have not shifted, his second hand will come. I've wasted my time, okay? So basically what you have to do is go out of his line of action. So his body is this way. If he's throwing his jab, I have to go, just throw it outside his body, see? Okay? So if he's throwing his jab, if you throw the jab, if I go this way, then he can come up with so those things are also very important, you have to keep in mind, you understand? So here basically I'll just show you how to move, okay? Those things we will be discussing in the advanced lessons, okay? So here I stand in front of my opponent, he's throwing the jab, I'm moving, okay? It's very fast. And if he's throwing the cross, I'm moving this way, okay? If I have to go back and I just throw it hind leg first, okay? Basically when people march you, when you're fighting in a very, you know, bad position you are, maybe you're surrounded by people, you have to run, or maybe your footwork is very important. You cannot just stand like a gentleman, okay? There you have to be very active. That's why I always keep telling you that your knees should be bent all the time, okay? So there will be a lot of drills like weaving and maybe, you know, moving the side to side way, all those things. That's why if you stand like this with your like legs still straight, you cannot move. It's very, you know, stupid. So if I'm going towards him, so I will be moving my front leg first, okay? There are a lot of other moves where like it is a little bit different. Maybe if I'm doing the Superman punch, it is to just make the opponent confused, okay? Basically they will be punching like this. Superman punch will be something. There are some cases like that where you have to really take care. So right now we are going to learn how to punch, okay? There are 6 punches in a boxing match or in a boxing fight, or basically there are 6 punches, okay? So if I stand like this punch is called the jab. This is called a cross, okay? A hook, left hook, right hook, uppercut, uppercut, like that. There are 6 punches basically. If you don't learn it perfectly, when you're doing the drills and combinations, it will be very difficult for you to execute it, okay? So basically when you're doing the jab, this is what it looks like. I'll show the anatomy of the jab, okay? If you look at me from the front, basically when you're like standing and you're throwing the jab, it will be like this, okay? So focus on 3 points, okay? Initial point, final, middle point, and again the final point, all right? How you're shifting from 1 to 3, 2 to 3, okay? So if you see position 1, okay, position 2, and again position 3, okay? So here you can see what things have shifted. If you look at my leg, yeah, you see my right leg is, the ankle is a little bit raised, okay? When I'm throwing my punch, if you notice my right leg, it will be going down, and my left leg, the ankle will be shifting towards that way. My hip will be facing towards the opponent, okay? So I hope you can really notice the change of my lower body, and my shoulder is going to extend, okay? And with my right hand, always keep in mind to cover up your chin, okay? From the side angle, it will look like this, okay? You can see. So when you're striking the jab, like if I apply the force, it will look like this, like that. You understand? So the second punch is called a cross, okay? Whenever you are landing a jab, then you follow up with a cross. Basically people see that. You look at like a boxing match and everything, the right hand, that is like the landing punch or maybe the knockout punch. So here the mechanism is like when you're throwing the right punch, it's like you're twisting your right body, okay? And you're throwing your punch with that, okay? You cannot punch person like this. You have to twist your whole body. If you can see my anatomy of my body, how I stand, my hips, my legs and everything, you will see there's a twist, okay? Twist. Alright? See, that's how the force is being generated from the ground, okay? So if I hit on the pad, it will, if you can notice, I'm moving my right side of my body, okay? So basically boxing is like a dancing. Okay, there's rhythm. When you're throwing the punch, it is not that you're throwing your hand. Imagine you don't have a hand. How will you punch then? Okay, so maybe if I will rotate it. Okay, so if I do it full-fledgedly, it will look like this. Ha! 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 Like that. You understand? So if you can combine basic punches like 1 and 2, it will be looking like this. 1 and 2. Okay, look at my body, look at how I'm moving. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, if I go full force, then it will look like this. Okay, so keep in mind when you're punching, you exhale, so you get more stamina. Okay, like that. First punch, leg movement. Second punch, leg movement, cross leg movement. With the movement, hook punch, leg movement. Left uppercut. Right uppercut. The third punch is what we call a hook. A hook is very devastating because it comes like a hook. I mean, it's very risky. So you have to throw the hook this way. Okay, when you are like in your stance, when you're throwing the hook, it will come above like this with angle and going towards the opponent in his neck area or maybe the jaw area. Okay, so when you're keeping a like stance like this, look at my leg and everything. Okay, you see from this side also. Okay, like see, your power has been generated from your left leg here. Okay, because it is your left hook. Okay, so from this side it will look like this, hook. Okay, hook like this. Maybe if you can see, if I'm like that. All right, so from behind, if you see, hook will look like this. Okay, I hope you understand. The fourth punch is the right hook. How we land the right hook. Being in the boxing stance right now, like this, if you are willing to throw the right hook, so you have to focus on your right leg, your torso, your hips, and your shoulder. Okay, so keep your guards up. Basically, right hook will be coming up like this. A lot of people throw the hook very far arched, okay? Because look, when you're like doing the punching, the jab will show you how far your range is, okay? If our opponent is here, I know I have to land my hook. I mean, he is far, okay? If my opponent is near, so my hook will be shorter. So depending on that, try to, adjust your, arm extension. You should not open your hand completely because it will not be a hook after that. It will be like a slap. Okay, so when the force is generated from the leg, alright, so from the leg, it will be, you need to have that angle, okay? You cannot do the hook like this, okay? You have to throw the hook. If you are like throwing it full-fledged, it will look like this, okay? Like, alright? If you hit that hard in someone's jaw, it will get hurt, okay? So if you're throwing it with the jab, then cross, then throwing it full-fledged, it will be looking like this. Okay, so going full, okay, just missed it, right? Okay. Okay, you understand? So this is about the 4 punches, okay? So whatever punches that comes from below, we cut it uppercut or just simple cut, left cut or right cut, okay? So basically this cut is a very risky punch, okay? Because an opponent may not be noticing what is coming from below, okay? So that's why it is very crucial, okay? To like defend yourself from the uppercuts, and especially it hits your liver and all places like that, okay? So this is what an uppercut will look like, okay? So basically the uppercut will look like this. The left uppercut will be like this. See my body, okay? Always keep your chin and your face covered with your, spare hand, or maybe the hand that is free. Okay, while you're doing the uppercut, if your hand is down, you will get another punch in your face. Okay, whatever you throw, okay? Maybe you're doing the uppercut, maybe you're doing the jab, you cannot keep your hands lower. Okay, you have to guard it. Okay? Alright. So the left uppercut, so look at my anatomy, okay? See my body, the angle and my shoulder. It's like I'm pushing it towards, okay? So if I go hit it hard, it will look like this. Okay? So either you like throw it in someone's face or maybe someone's liver. Okay? If you say the person, you have to throw the liver shot, it will be an uppercut, right? So this force will be generated with your legs, okay? With your legs, always with the hips. Okay? So it will look like this when you are missing the, ducking the right punch, that is the cross, and then coming up with the jab, okay? So if I do it very, very hard, then it will be very fatal if it hits the right position. Are you ready for that?
No, I'm not ready.
Oh. So it will be like this. Okay? So moving right, then coming up with the, uppercut. Okay? This is a very common thing. Alright? Right? Okay? So if it's on the right side, with the right hand, it will be more of a, followed up movement. So you are clear with the 5 punches that I shown, that is like jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And the last thing, the 6th punch is the right uppercut, okay? So here, you have to stand in this way, okay? And when you're throwing the punch, the force will be generated from the ground. It will be like this, like cyclic. But don't move your hand like this, just keep in your mind that, okay? Just start it this way and just strike it, okay? Just strike it. Like, just, you understand? So, in the advanced classes, we'll be learning more about the boxing combinations, like jab, hook, uppercut, all those things, okay? And moreover, I would like to tell you something about learning the basics. Okay, when you learn the basics, when you're throwing the jab or anything, first thing first, remember to cover up your face. Okay, whenever you're throwing a punch, you always remember you're also vulnerable because your guard is down. Okay, your guard is down. Say your body is exposed. As soon as possible, come back. So when the instructor in the gym, or maybe anyone of your friend who is teaching you, wherever you learn, or maybe you're learning from online classes, remember, okay, throw it, come back. Throw it, come back. Okay, this is your camp. Okay, from here you have to deliver the missile or anything you say. You understand? So go, come back. This is the basic thing. Okay, if I'm throwing the jab, and while he has gone that side, just strike it with this one, and my face is exposed. Okay, so always remember, when a person is throwing punch, he is more vulnerable. Okay, so like that's how you get attacked. When you attack, you're being attacked with a counter punch. Okay, so for example, if this guy is throwing me a jab, either I can go below, okay, and just do it, and come with a counter punch, or maybe an uppercut. Okay, so if I go this way, throw the punch, if I can like block it this way and come with a counter punch like this, or maybe anything else, because you don't know like what people have like learned at their home, at their gym. When you're throwing it, what can come like as a counter thing. And the first thing first is always keep your hands up so you can cover up your face, your body, and be like protective towards it. Okay, when you're throwing it, always he's also going to throw you the same thing. All right, the second thing is that when you're throwing a punch, okay, don't telegraph. If you heard about telegraphy, what people do is if I'm going to throw the right punch, I will telegraph it, like they will just pull it like this. People will know you're going to throw the right punch if you pull it. Maybe if I'm going to throw the left punch, maybe the jab, I will not have to pull it. It will just go like a, snake strike. You understand? When you understand, you are not supposed to telegraph like this, maybe like this, or maybe, you understand? That way people will know what you're going to do. I mean, which hand you're going to move to. I mean, they will be able to predict your attack. Okay? So you have to be very smart. Or maybe the third thing is when you're throwing the hook, okay, or anything, don't slap. Okay? Just go close to them. Okay? Be attacking. And basically what I'm trying to say is when you're fighting anywhere here, or fighting with any martial art, what is the most important thing is your heart. Okay? You're like, even if you're skilled, it will not, you have to be brave. I mean, you have to get some punches. You have to get some, you have to bleed. You understand? If you're afraid of that, then I don't know who will protect you or protect your loved ones. You understand? And basically that's all for today's episode, and further we will come with combinations and everything. Okay, so stay tuned with us.